Hi there, good morning or good afternoon. Today I want to talk about getting out of debt and staying out of debt. Really staying out of debt and living a debt-free life. That's what I want to talk about today. And just so you know, this is not from a braggadocious perspective at all. This is from I wish I had somebody in my life, to make a video like this a couple years ago when I was struggling and just not, able to get there. But I finally found myself in a place, thank God, where I had paid off all my bills, except for one. I still have one, my biggest bill is my car note. And I know you're probably wondering, like, oh, but do you own a home? No, I don't own a home. I don't. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. We can revisit that. But outside of housing, I do rent right now. But outside of housing, the only bill I have is my car note. And yeah, I'll just say that I have my car note. But I have no credit card debt. I just have no bills on a regular. And go ahead. And so it's such a freeing feeling. It's such a freeing experience. And I just want to share that with you because I think everybody needs to experience this. And sometimes if you don't know how something is going to be, then you're not going to strive for it because you have no interest in it. But I'm going to tell you this: getting out of debt, getting out of all that credit card debt, and that was the best thing I could have ever done. And I'm here to tell you, do whatever you can. Whatever you got to do, part-time job, side gig, side hustle, whatever you got to do, get out of that debt, because that debt is like a noose around your neck. You can't do anything because you are locked in to that debt every month. You can't go anywhere. You just can't do anything. At least that was my experience. You may have a completely different experience. You may have, credit card debt, all of that, and it may be totally fine. But that wasn't my experience. My experience was that debt was just, like I said, the only thing that comes to mind is a noose around my neck. And once I got free from that, and it took a lot of work. It took a lot of hard work, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Mainly I worked my side gig, which I've, done a video on that, doing Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub, pretty much every day. Like, definitely on weekends is when I would go hard with it. But then in the evenings after work, I would do it as well for, an hour or two every day. And it paid off. And I was able to pay off all my bills, again, with the exception of my car. But let me just share, when I bought my car, I bought it used. It's a used car. But it's a better quality car than what I had. And I was able to put a nice, significant down payment and still have money in the bank. Still have a good, a very good savings, but still be able to put a nice down payment so that when I went into it, or when I bought my car, you know, I wasn't, I mean, I remember years ago I bought a car, and I don't think I put anything down. I literally put, or I put maybe $1,000 down or something real, you know. Or no, I think one car I put nothing down. I never do that again, you know, because you're gonna pay for it on the other end. You may go into it putting nothing down, but you're gonna pay between the interest, and by the time you pay it off, you're gonna pay. But anyway, my point with this video is just that living a debt-free life, or as close as debt-free as you can be. Like I said, I still owe on my car, but one thing I do every year, I've done for the last few years, is I pay my, when my car insurance is due, I pay it in full for the year. And that's a blessing that I'm in that position to pay that. I never knew that was a thing. I mean, sure, I would get my, you know, every year my car insurance would be up for renewal, or whatever they call it. But you know, I didn't know that paying that full amount in one shot was, even, I remember the first year when I did it, I called the insurance company. I said, okay, I think I want to pay this in full. And she said, she kind of questioned it. She was like, no, you don't have to pay it in full. You can pay it over a course of time. And I was like, no, but I have the money. I want to pay it in full. And she was like, you're sure? Yes, I'm sure. And I kind of questioned myself, like, well, maybe I shouldn't be paying it off, you know. But I'm here to tell you, every month, I don't have to think about no car insurance bill. You know what I'm saying? And if God forbid something happens, or I sell the car, they're going to give me my money back. They're going to give me what, you know, they're going to give me my money back. You know, they're going to figure it out for how much is left in the year. So you don't have to worry about that you're overpaying for something that you haven't used. But the freedom that it gives you, and they give you a little bit of a discount. I mean, not major, but you do get a discount when you pay it off in full. But you don't have to think about it every month, or you don't have to stress. You know what triggered me, I guess, not triggered, that's the wrong word, but inspired me to make this video today. It's the beginning of the month. It's not the first anymore. It's the beginning of the month, and you know, you're paying you know, whatever is due the beginning of the month, your rent, your whatever. And so I thought about it, and I think I was listening to a video or something where somebody said something about car insurance, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus, I don't have to worry about paying my car insurance. I mean, I remember I could tell you tons of stories about car insurance and it being late, and then I would have, you know, I remember I would have this grace period, and you gotta pay, you know, it was crazy. But just the freedom of not having that's stress. That is stress on your body over years, that you are paying, robbing from Peter, running over here, robbing from Peter, pay Paul, and back and forth, and that is such stress, and that stress is in your body, and that is where disease comes from. But when you don't have that, just that freedom, that you feel that, oh my God, I don't have to worry about paying my car insurance, it's taken care of for the year. I don't have to think about car insurance until next July. And it's August right now. Okay? I don't have to think about it for a year. Now, sure, putting aside every month, which I don't, I said every month I'm going to put a little bit aside for next year, so I don't have to, you know. And I usually, come the first of the years, when I really think about it, I'm like, oh, I want to, because the first time I did it, the first year I paid my car insurance in full, I said, oh no, I will never go back to paying it all, you know, paying monthly. Because just, again, the freedom that it gives you, no stress of, I got to pay that car insurance. And no matter what, if you have if you own your car outright and you don't have a car note, you still always have your car insurance, you know. So I just encourage you, do whatever you got to do to get out of debt. Get that credit card debt off your back. Take a second job. Budget your money. Just stop spending your money on all of this unnecessary stuff. Stop buying everything and anything you want, just all willy-nilly. Focus. And you don't have to do it forever. If you focus a good 6 months, it all depends on how much debt you have. But if you have, let's say you have under $10,000 worth of debt, focus for 6 months to a year. You can get that paid off. You can get it paid off between, like I said, if you got to get you a side gig, if you gotta work a little part-time job, but be smart with these part-time jobs. Don't go out there and get a retail job and then you buying clothes all, every paycheck. Do something smart where you can just take that money. You don't even see the money. You have an automatic deposit and it goes into a savings that you don't even see. Something like that, But pay that stuff off so you can be free. You can be free and you can just live a debt-free life. That's what I would encourage all of you to just pay your bills off so that you can live free. Do what you have to do. Sacrifice for a 6 months to a year, and you will. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother world. And it's a whole nother world also when you have savings. And so when you want to go somewhere, you want to do something, you don't have to, always check your bank account. Or I was in line yesterday at the store, and I'm not saying this to put anybody down. You got to understand, I can totally identify with this because I was there. I was there for way too long, for years. And I think as women, when you get to the point when you're over 50, we need to be in another place in our life. We need to bring ourselves to another place. But I was in line. Okay, what are you doing? I was in line in the store yesterday, and there were these two young girls in front of me, and they were buying a whole bunch of stuff. And I was just waiting there. I was next. And so, I could have been wrong on what was going on, but it seemed like they were buying a bunch of stuff, but the guy was checking their card to see if they had enough on their card. Like, she would say, okay, ring that up, and he would ring it up, and then she would run the card, and they were like, okay, got enough for that. Okay, ring this up, and okay, the card cleared for that. And they were buying things like, they were buying ice cream, like Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and like a bunch of snacks. It wasn't like it was Pampers or something necessity. It was snacks, and they were expensive snacks. But anyway, she kept running the card to see if she had enough on her card, and I'm like, wow. But again, I only bring this up because I can identify with this. I've been there. Okay, I've been there at the grocery store where they said, no, I'm sorry, man, your card declined, and you had to put stuff back. I've been there, So I just encourage you, do whatever you have to do. It's possible. I know it may seem daunting, you know, when you look at those bills and see how much you owe, but it's possible. You can get out of debt. You can do it. I don't care how much you owe. I don't care. It's where there's a will, there's a way. But if you just throw up your hands and say, ain't no way I'm getting out of debt, then you're not going to get out. You're not going to get out. But if you have a desire to get out, it's possible. But you have to focus. You have to know what you owe. You have to look, I have a whole video about getting out of debt and the steps to do it. But it is definitely possible. I just want to encourage you today, do it, because it's the best thing that I've ever done is get out of debt. And like I said, I still owe on my car. And honestly, and I'm not saying this to brag. Please hear me. I am not saying this to brag. I can pay my car off in full today. The only reason I keep my note on my car is because I don't have any credit, because this is where it gets a little tricky. Because I don't have any credit, when I go to buy a house, I don't have anything. I don't have anything in terms of credit to show. I mean, I have paid off stuff, but the way the game works, the way the credit game works, they want you to have credit in order to extend you more credit. They want to give you credit. They want you to have credit. Wait, let me say this right. They want you to have credit, but not use the credit. Like with regards to credit cards, they want to know that you're credit worthy, but you don't use the credit. They don't want your utilization going up, but yet don't use the credit, and then we'll give you more credit. So anyway, I need something to be a line of credit. So my car is my one line of credit, and I'm keeping that until I do buy my home. Anyway, if that makes any sense to anybody. But anyway, that's my little lesson for today, or encouragement for today, is just get out of debt. Do it as soon as you can. You will not regret it. It will change your life and how you move in the world, how you operate in the world. You will have a different level of confidence in this world. Have a good one. Don't forget, comment below. Comment on what you think of that, and like the video, and then subscribe to the channel and share. Have a good one. Bye-bye.